So, hello, welcome back, everyone. Um, First of all, I want to say thank you to my currently 36 subscribers and their beautifully nice comments. It's really a pleasure to have you guys around me, and it's an amazing journey, even so far at the beginning of something. And today I thought, I know it's a topic which is not very creative, but nevertheless interesting, I think, because I want to do it in a different way. Like I thought about, these top 10 tier videos online on YouTube. I want to do something similar, but not exactly the same. So as you know, I'm a fragrance enthusiast, a collector. I love fragrances. I love even women's fragrances, even on myself if they are not too feminine to pull off. And so I decided that I want to show you my favorite unisex fragrances. Maybe for the first, as to explain what unisex means. Um, when Calvin Klein brought out the fragrance Calvin Klein 1, that was considered to be the first unisex fragrance which every sex can wear. And it was a huge thing back then. It is still a huge seller, I think. I even bought myself my first bottle months ago, and I think it's a pretty great fragrance. It's a very light, citrus-based summer fragrance. Can be worn by anyone, and is, in my opinion, still very sexy. I've smelled it a couple of times, didn't know that it was that. But yeah, and I think I just will jump in with certain fragrances, and one funny twist. I will spray each fragrance on somewhere on my arms. So in the end, I probably will smell like a perfumery. But yeah, and there's no particular order. These are just my favorite ones, and I'm gonna start with Tom Ford Tuscan Leather. You can imagine this fragrance as a mixture between very strong leather and raspberry. The combination of it got often said it smells like cocaine. There was even a rapper who sang that Tuscan leather smells like a brick and stuff like that. So this is a very hard fragrance. You really have to like the vibe that it gets to you, and it's really it is, people love or hate it, I would say. It's very it is very long lasting and very projecting, so be careful with the sprayers. And yeah, it's a leather raspberry mixture. There's a version of Tom Ford which is called Ombre Leather, which goes in a similar direction, but it's not that harsh. So I'm gonna do it here, right here. All right, let me give it a sniff. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. That is a bombshell. That is a bombshell. I feel like after this bombshell, we take a step back. With Molecule 01 from the company, is it the front side? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, here's it written. From the company Escentric Molecule. And this is a molecule fragrance, which means it is a fragrance that is not always there, but always comes back with certain whiffs. And this one was a long time, it was hyped as a fragrance monster. Women would go crazy, men would go crazy on the smell of it. It is very nice. I cannot describe it too much. It's a little woody, it's a little fresh. It is definitely pleasing. You get these reactions like, who's smelling like that? Yeah, and I will spray it right here. yeah, lovely. Has a bit of a um, I don't know the English word for it. I'm so sorry. That's interesting, but very light, of course. So, moving on to my number 3 spot, which no particular order, from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Oud Satin Mood. This is the official house of the perfumer of the Le Male fragrance line from Jean-Paul Gaultier, and yeah, Francis Kurkdjian was the perfumer for that one. Okay, this one is a very, very flowery scent, not very much on the oud side. It's very overwhelming. It's for more, I would say it tends more to the older people, and it's very bright, flowery, blooming. And I will put it maybe also on the right side because the left side is dominating here. Wow. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Brings back memories. Mm, yeah, it smells just amazing. If you get the chance to try it out, I would also be up for sending samples to you guys if you want to. Um, if I find a way to fill them in, I haven't done this so far. Beautiful fragrance. Yeah, moving on. Um, yeah, how about we go with a brand that hasn't been named so far, and this is from the house Replica, and it's called By the Fireplace. It's called Replica. The company is called Replica because they want to replicate a certain feeling, a smell of situations. Like I have two of this company. One is Jazz Club, which is supposed to smell like in a jazz club. I'm not sure how that worked out because I was never in a jazz club, but it is very coconutty, and I'm not a big fan of it. I bought it still because it was very cheap in that way. And By the Fireplace was love at first sniff. My mind was blown when I smelled it in Denmark. It was in Denmark where I bought it, and it smells just like very cozy, very gourmandish, very like having marshmallows over the fire, and it's just amazing. This boy's just. I think that was a bad idea, but let's continue.